So Dan, concentrating on the smoothness and the sit here, I want you to swing your pro a couple times and then talk about, because we don't want to make people just like the greatest swingers of the pro. We want to make them the best swingers of the golf club they can be. So, and then talk about, all right, so what is the difference then between, say you're making a pretty good line, which is not easy to do, but you're making a pretty good connection between rope and grip. And then what do you got to do? What's the piece to bring it to the golf swing?
Very good. Okay, love it. Okay, so here's my good pro swing, and if you notice when I get to the top, I have a little bit of feeling like I'm sitting down. There's a rhythm to doing this, so I don't want to do it before it gets there. So that's where smoothness comes back in, because again, I want to get the momentum transferring out of me as much as I can. Okay. And
the pro's light, so it's not this dramatic.
No, it's not like swinging like an orange whip where you're arguably trying to torque the thing all the way through. It's very difficult to swing that correctly because it's so heavy. Actually, it makes you react, which is good, but it's hard to train some of the more fine-tuned muscles, if you will, in the swing. But anyways, when I get to the top and I start to make my motion, I just need to get a little going here, and then I'm letting my lower body stalls and my upper body accelerates, and then my upper body stalls, my arms accelerate, and then the pro accelerates.
You're never thinking about any of that though.
That is a law of physics. Everybody should watch how a trebuchet works, a sling catapult, because once the weight drops and slings the arm up and top, the transfer of momentum is automatic. The reason why the arm slows down and the sling keeps going is the extensive quantity of angular momentum. It is what great golfers feel. It wants to go. You don't unbend your hands. It happens because of momentum transferring in the right direction. That's it.
Yeah, because people will say like, oh, I flipped at that one.
Yeah, now if I'm flipping, I had to flick. So my brain goes, well, if I don't understand this, I don't understand this concept, and I haven't taught myself to react and respond to it, well, then I start adding stuff. And then that becomes my technique, because the energy and the direction I put in forces me to have it one way.
So it's not that like if somebody sees like they flipped at it, it's more they did bad stuff with their body and then their hands had to react.
Correct. And you know, why did their body start doing that? Well, probably because their first initial impulse with the golf club is to control it. This is the fun thing about the pro. I see videos with people that look good, and then I watch them swing the pro and I go, you don't hit your irons very far, do you? He's like, no, I don't. You look good, but they're doing this. They're literally holding the angle and then releasing the hands, and it looks perfect.
Oh, it's fake,
And it's fake, and it has no momentum to it, okay? So going back.
So you had your good pro swing, and now we're gonna try to bring this movement smoothness.
Right, so with the golf swing, now my preference is I want to actually be underloaded with the wrists, because I don't want to have to overcome a lot of energy down here. Some players do it really well. My preference is to be up there. I need to make the same big turn I made with my pro, okay? And then I need to be able to make a motion back down on the ground to get this all to go, okay? All that's required, if I understand the extensive quantity of angular momentum, is to move this in the right direction and not add anything else. My personal problem as a golfer is I've always underturned and then tried to move like a golf swing, and you have to hit it. And so I lost it. Now I've learned how to turn bigger,
big turn,
and trust and sit, and then I can feel the golf club actually really pulls away from me. And I pured that one.
Yeah.
And that, you guys are going to look on video and go, wow, that was nothing. But that's about a 150-yard 9-iron.
Yeah.
So.
All right, cool. I'm going to try it.
And I think another thing, let me just add one more thing. I felt like I did this. I know it didn't look like that.
Just a little bit. Yeah, just a little bit.
It just looked like a nice, smooth golf swing. I wasn't super open, but I got a lot of speed on my golf club because I'm not wasting energy in thinking that if I do these certain things, I'm going to hit it like Matt Wolff, or I'm going to hit it like, you know, Tiger. Is that everybody's body's unique and different, but everybody can transfer momentum. And I can talk a little bit about the physicality that I think that you need to explore to get that to work, though.
We're going to. Okay, should I get my rope a little longer? I've been.
Yeah. That needs to be. Why don't you use mine?
Yeah.
There we go.
I don't know.
That's
I don't know. My son tied it up or something. Okay. So, all right. So I'm here and.
Perfect. Now, first thing I love, you did it great out of the end. I love how big the turn is. I'd like you to be taller personally, but I know you're working on other things with you. You work with a lot of coaches, but the turn was money on that. You line the grip and the rope up beautifully. So let's see if we can get you to feel something a little different today. Now, can you feel as you get through here, you start trying to speed up?
Yeah, I do.
Now, the laws of conservation of angular momentum is if I start speeding the center up again, that's going to actually re-lag this.
Yeah, that's my problem is great players, they're impacting the ball off the left leg, and I'm like between the zipper and the left leg.
Right. Yeah. But again, trying to like speed up mid pro swing, so you feel like you're going to get it to go fast out here. I don't want the speed out there. There's going to be speed out there. I want to feel like it's pulling this on this area harder. So you actually need to let it go more. Better. That's why you look smoother. Now the funny part is your body's reacting to that. And so it's going to pivot and move a little bit differently. Not bad. You've gotten way better at this. I gotta give you props, because that's not easy to learn how to swing this. That's awesome. Oh, so good. So the more you can feel it extending over here, okay? So can you face the camera for a second?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, good. So I'm gonna get on the other side of you here. So let me get a club. So the line of action is right here to whatever you're trying to hit. So wherever that pro is swinging. The extensive quantity of momentum, what travels through your arms in the club, is parallel to that line on an inclined angle. So switch back the other way.
Yeah.
It's right here now. Okay, so now I give everybody. So it's on the intended. It's on the intended plane of momentum. Yeah. So momentum has it moves on this kind of tilted arc, or what we call a plane, if you will, but it doesn't move it. You're not trying to make a circle. You're letting it extend out of you, which is done by transfer of momentum through parts of circles, if you will.
Yeah, because I think still, even though that I've improved with this, I still try to make it like golfish, you know?
Yeah, so
like a golf
my saying would be going, you know, don't swing your pro like you swing your golf club. Swing your golf club like you swing your pro.
Okay, so if I want to swing my pro correctly, I'm thinking more here, right?
Yeah,
so
exactly.
I'm aiming for this ball.
Here, let's make that more clear for the camera.
Yeah, sure.
There you go. So let's say here's my target line. This is where I want to hit. The ball's back behind me. Yep. So the extensive quantity of momentum is over here, and it moves through your body. So I'm not trying to cast it. So if I move lateral and I don't get it in the wrong way, I can't do it. Okay. So your motion has to be very specific. Bingo.
Okay. Because this is really interesting to me as far as why does force across the shaft late? Because you would think force across the shaft late would get your hands more forward.
It does, but it slows the club down.
You said it actually puts it back here. Why?
Well, it depends. Some people can push the shaft forward like that, but override it. But now you've broken momentum. Okay, so if everything's traveling out of me and I start trying to speed this up.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it actually moves this backwards. Okay. So all I need to do is get it flowing and understand its flow, okay? And again, I know I'm simplifying something that's hard to understand, but this is why golf instruction goes crazy, because this one concept of understanding the flow of momentum is so recognizable yet so hard to describe that the pro is an action that allows you to see it, okay? So if I'm bending the pro, I'm doing something that does not in line with that, okay?
When I do this, how am I doing as far as the sit move? So if I'm here,
you're doing enough. Let me see from back here. Yeah, great. Did you feel that one pull harder?
Yeah.
The better your sit move is, the more it makes it extend.
Harder here.
Very good. Now you're feeling everything you need to feel in a golf swing.
Oh yeah.
Money. See, when I swing my pro sometimes, I see that for a second?
Yeah.
Like I get nuts with this thing. Like I'll go like this. I'll go up and really start trying to get some speed on it, because
but all your speed is done early.
It's getting out of me, okay? Yeah. So when I go faster though, I notice I have a little more impulses to try to bend it.
Yeah, right.
Well, that's distortion. And there's no tour pro out there that hits it dead on a rope every time. They mess up a little bit. Everybody puts little things in there. It's very hard to be a human being where every little muscle you have in your body can move independently. But going back to smoothness, what I'm really trying to capture is this idea that as momentum transfers through me, I have to treat my muscles as if it was the pro. It has to be in a line. They have to be proportional to the pivot. Okay, so if any time a force is being put into your arms, like you're using that, you're messing up. You're putting an angular impulse into something that doesn't need it. And so that slows the swing down and misdirects it at the same time. So you lose energy and you lose speed. Now, if you're good in transition, you get most of your speed early in a swing. That's documented well. About 85% of your swing speed is dictated in your transitional move right there. Okay. So that's where you get the speed in. The rest of it is learning how to let it out, and that's where the accuracy and the predictability of a golf swing start to come in.
Where does the extension action of the right arm, as far as because people, they watch the difference between someone swinging the pro and someone swinging a golf club. You know, it's bent here, and then it's, when last year, 5 months ago when I was here, you would see I'm able to do it now without so much of this first.
Exactly.
Before I had to go that and then try.
Yeah.
But the body, the sit move kind of puts the energy into it. So what is the role of the right arm?
Actually, let's even go beyond that, because I don't think it's really an arm issue, because the shape of the arms can be very different from player to player and still function perfectly. But what is happening, if I just did this and I let my arms just like ropes, as I start to rotate, as soon as my chest speeds up, my arms relax against for a second, and then as momentum transfers, my chest slows down and my arms accelerate outwards. So that's what's starting to happen. So somewhere along the line and starting to discover this, I learned the pro like this first, and now it's just an action, okay? And so it's the momentum transfer from the pelvis to the thorax, and as the thorax starts to kind of pick up speed, as the momentum starts to go in the arms, they start to extend, okay? Okay. And then as the extensive quantity of momentum goes through the arms, right about here in the swing, the arms slow down because the club takes the momentum. So the stall of the arm is automatic. The extension and the acceleration of the club is automatic too. Yeah. You never want to block that in a golf swing. The moment you block that, you start to get curvature. You may not lose speed, but you'll get curvature.
Okay, I'm gonna
or a miss hit.
Borrow that. So I'm gonna tee a ball up here. Actually, we'll leave that there.
So we're either helping people or confusing people right now.
Okay, so if we're flip-flopping between the pro and hitting shots, so really I'm concentrated on this kind of just baby sit.
Yeah, enough to get it going, man. So what's starting to happen now, you're going so hard here that momentum is actually being held in. Can you feel your shoulders are kind of resisting it a little bit?
Okay, so let those go.
They need to go. Yeah, there we go. The law of physics says the faster this is pulling, the faster it's going, period. Okay, there we go.
That was a good one.
So again, most of what you're doing is you're getting it started and you're responding to it. So I don't have to. Now just take a few practice swings and feel how the golf club feels. It's going to pull on you again.
Oh yeah, it really feels like it's pulling itself, ripping.
Now from a technical standpoint, I don't want to see you do this. I want to see you be a little bit more underloaded.
Gotcha.
But that doesn't there. Bingo.
Yeah, the club pulls on you rather than you yanking it all the way around.
Correct. Now, if it's ripping on you, what does your body got to do? It's got to stabilize it because I got to run it into a ball. That is skill development. So once I have a clear intent of what I'm doing, I can actually teach myself to do it. I can get better if I can feel that.
Okay. How's this look, Dan?
Money. I love your golf swing in general. I mean, I think you do so many things well. But
oh, it felt great.
Feel the club kind of pull into the ball?
It really did. So it felt pulled out there.
Yeah. Now, if we video that, you got a divot in front of the ball. We know your lineup is going to be good there, okay? The better I do that, and what I learn how to do is I understand this motion, I can start to learn kind of my movement directions to get the divot to be in the right spot and to hit the ball lower, to hit the ball higher. It's all an adjustment in the way you sense this kind of the pulling forces of angular momentum.
All right, there's going to be more about this on BeBetterGolf.net. I'm going to put up special content just for people who bought the Pro through BeBetterGolf.net, and that'll also go on Dan's special coaching portal. That is for what is it's like kind of like a club for people who got the Pro.
Yeah. So for the Pro, we'll just go for what we're doing next year. Is I have an app called Dan Martin Golf in the App Store.
Yeah.
And all the content for the Pro is being moved over there. So whenever you are a Pro owner, you will have access to that content.
That's cool.
And so there's kind of like the general content, and then there's kind of like the hey, you coach, and you can do remote lessons with me on that as well. Oh. And so which is a lot of fun. So I love people uploading videos and kind of coaching them through the process, because it's very tricky to learn how to swing the Pro because you have to just get away from your golf swing. It's like, forget golf swing. I got to figure out what it's like to transfer momentum. And 99.9% of people who play golf don't transfer the momentum as good as they could. 90% are just awful at it. Okay. You know, and that's not to be insulting to anybody, but most people that cast the club and have these extra movements and are not getting any distance, you just haven't learned how to transfer momentum. When you learn and understand, the door is open to get great at golf. And you're either going to be really good at this game or you're just going to be okay. There's not really like I don't think there's a dividing line. Once you understand the momentum, how momentum is transferred through the body, you can feel it and you can teach yourself to do it. Your upside is off the charts because you gain distance and it's effortless.
Yeah, I was wondering about that too. Trying to end this video, but it's just too much interesting stuff. You know, for example, there's two kids. They're both 18 years old, and college freshmen right now. Actually, they're both 19 college freshmen. One is my nephew Jack, who has worked his butt off at golf. He lives on a golf course, and all he does all day is play golf. and his friend is like him, and all he does all day is play golf. But Jack got to a certain level and then kind of plateaued, where his friend now has gotten a D1 scholarship, won city championships and all this other stuff, and he just kept going. And result-wise, his friend has got this impact like this, and Jack has this impact about like this.
Very good.
And so you were talking about some people kind of keep getting better, and some people kind of like level up.
So what
is the difference?
Your D1 is smooth. It's what we started with.
Yeah.
It's the understanding. He has learned somehow how to transfer momentum and really understands that feel, and that's allowed him to continue to get better and better. Because once you can do it, it's like, why would your brain doesn't like anything else.
It's like
it
you
hates
flip a switch. You're like, oh yeah.
But when you think you have it and you hit a few good shots, because anybody can hit the center of the club flipping at it. Anybody can hit the center of the club with funny movements. Your compensations you get good at. The problem is, if you recognize that as good, and you've never understood what great is, you'll never get to great. But if you finally felt great and you can identify it and you start to understand some movement patterns that make it happen, then all of a sudden you have the upside to be great. Yep. So I would have never got to where I'm at. Like, I'm playing tournament golf in my section in my chapter now, and I'm making money. I never could do that 5 years ago. And swinging is easy. You know, it's like I don't think about it so much.
You told me when we met 5 months ago that you're like, golf was never like a natural for you.
No, definitely not.
You never like, you weren't one of these. A lot of the teaching pros, like, they were like the guy when they were a kid coming up.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. No. I just love golf, and I love
yeah.
coaching. I love helping people. So I mean, I come from it from a very different angle. But you know, even all the lessons and instruction I've taken, it's never been bad, but I never got it. Like, I didn't understand the thing that you needed to feel. And I understand why none of those lessons were bad. They just were like, it's the hardest damn thing to communicate in the world, is that this thing that hits the ball doesn't take the effort you think it does.
Yeah, the language of your body is not words.
No, so your brain can, that's why walking and riding a bike are so much easier to learn, because like when you get it, you get it. There's no doubt.
Yeah.
You don't need a coach for it. So whereas when you start thinking about how to move body movement and body parts, it doesn't work that way. Momentum transfers it's like an incredible natural force. It's a law of the universe. It holds our Earth around our sun. Yeah. We're just learning how to move energy from different places. And if the movement patterns are right and the intent is right, and the connection to it through your body, which is the hardest part, is feeling, not resisting. Like I made a mention of myotatic reflex. Well, that's your body's natural impulse to fight being pulled on. When the muscle spindle gets stretched, it wants to react to it because it doesn't like it.
So it's going this way and you go.
Yeah, so there's a piece of you that's always kind of fighting motion and trying to kind of muscle it, because that's what your muscles are designed to do. They keep you upright and keep you from falling. You learn to fall in golf and let it keep going, and then you learn to, okay, well, what do I need? Smoothness is that reaction to the force, and then you learn through experience. Well, if I kind of fall this direction and in this motion, I get more speed when I do that. Yeah. You don't necessarily get it from muscling more. Right. You just get it from a better. So again, I'll leave to conjecture how much you get in the initial pulse, but I can tell you for the laws of physics say you can't make it go faster once it's into you. So once you've got the sequencing going, you've got the momentum flowing through you, it can only go as fast as how you moved.
Yeah.
Okay. So if I'm bigger,
hit
taller,
a baby shot, you're going.
It's exactly right. I still want the
shot. You want to go.
That's right. And so when I teach short game or long game, it's always the same swing. I do not teach pushing motions in short game. I can't stand it. Okay. I teach swinging motions. Yeah. Okay. I want the player to react to motion and learn how to align motion and start to realize, wow, I'm trying to move the club with my muscles. I don't need to do that.
Yeah.
And again, very, very difficult to teach, but once you get a player to kind of really understand that and start to feel it in their swing, your upside is just, it's so, you just can't get lost anymore. Yeah. So. Anyways,
we're gonna have more videos. We'll have more videos with Dan coming up on the channel. Hit the subscribe button. Also hit the little bell so you're notified when we put videos up. If you guys are interested in using the Pro, go to bebettergolf.net/pro-shop, and you'll see a little stand there for the Pro that you can order through the site. It's also, I'll link it in one of the corners of this video. Thanks a lot, Dan. Oh, Dan also has a YouTube channel of his own. Just type in Dan Martin Golf.
Yep, absolutely.
In the YouTube search. I'll link him here.
Yeah, I do a lot of videos based on the Pro and just some of my kind of simplified movements that you need to learn, and just try to make things a little easier for the average golfer.
Thanks for watching. Bye. Thanks. Good. That was a good one. That was fun.
That was fun.